Did you know that studies have shown that the dynamics of female friendships can be more complex and emotionally intense than those of male friendships? This complexity can lead to deep bonds, but also to significant misunderstandings and conflicts. There is a wise saying that women can be each other's strongest support or toughest critics. The trick is knowing which role to play when. Hey everyone, it's your friend Saeed Risalat here. Today, we're diving into the fascinating and sometimes tangled world of women's relationships. Whether it's friendships, work relationships, or the bond between mothers and daughters, things can get pretty complicated and even a bit toxic at times. So, why should you watch this video? Because we're going to explore the highs and lows, the laughs and the drama, and everything in between. You'll get some surprising facts, relatable stories, and maybe even a few laughs. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Let's unravel these complex connections together. Today, we're diving into the wild world of women's relationships. Whether it's BFFs, office buddies, sisters, or the classic mother-daughter duo, things can get pretty complicated and juicy. We're talking about the laughs, the drama, the love, and yes, even the occasional toxicity. Ever wondered why your bestie suddenly went cold, or why work with female colleagues can sometimes feel like a battlefield? Stick around, because we're spilling the tea on all of it. Trust me, you won't want to miss this roller coaster ride of emotions and insights. Let's get into it. Hey folks, Saeed Risalat here. Today, we're diving into the wild world of women's relationships, starting with the ultimate roller coaster, BFFs and frenemies. Buckle up because this ride is full of twists, turns, laughs, and maybe a few tears. So, what's the deal with female friendships? One minute you're inseparable, sharing secrets and giggling over inside jokes. The next minute, you're giving each other the silent treatment over a misunderstood text. It's complicated, right? But that's what makes it so fascinating. The highs of BFFs. Let's start with the good stuff. There's nothing like having a best friend who just gets you. Someone who knows what you're thinking with just a look, who's seen you at your best and your worst, and still loves you unconditionally. Remember that time we stayed up all night binge watching our favorite show? You might say to your BFF, "Yeah, and then we ate an entire pizza at 3 a.m. They'd laugh. These moments create a bond that feels unbreakable. You've got each other's backs through thick and thin, from the silly to the serious. Need a pep talk before a big presentation? She's there. Going through a breakup? She's ready with ice cream and a shoulder to cry on. When things get messy, but then, there's the other side. Sometimes, those same close bonds can turn toxic. Maybe it starts with a little jealousy, a small misunderstanding, or a bit of gossip that spirals out of control. Suddenly, you're not talking, and everything feels awkward. Did you hear what she said about me? You might ask another friend. I can't believe she would do that, they'd respond, shaking their head. Misunderstandings can snowball. One minute, you're annoyed she didn't invite you to a party, and the next, you're in a full-blown argument. It's like, where did things go wrong? Frenemies. The love-hate relationship. Then there are frenemies, those tricky relationships that sit somewhere between friend and enemy. On the surface, you're friendly. But underneath, there's tension, competition, and maybe a bit of envy. It's like living in a real-life soap opera. She always has to one-up me. You might think, why can't she just be happy for me? It's exhausting. One day you're sharing laughs, the next you're feeling betrayed. Navigating these relationships can feel like walking on eggshells. The root of the drama. So, why do these friendships get so complicated? It often boils down to communication, or the lack of it. Sometimes, we expect our friends to read our minds or understand our unspoken feelings. When they don't, we get hurt, and things start to unravel. "We need to talk," you might finally say. "I feel like we're drifting apart, and I miss how things used to be." Being open and honest is crucial. It might be tough, but it's the only way to clear the air and mend those bonds. Moving forward, at the end of the day, friendships are worth fighting for. Sure, there will be bumps along the way, but the laughter, support, and shared experiences make it all worthwhile. So, here's the takeaway. Cherish your friends, communicate openly, and don't let small issues fester. Whether you're navigating the highs or dealing with the lows, remember that friendship is a journey, and it's one that's always better with someone by your side. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive into BFFs and frenemies. Stay tuned for more on the intricate world of women's relationships in the next parts. And hey, if you've got a friend who needs to hear this, share the video with them. Let's keep the conversation going. Part 2. Office allies or office foes? Today, we're diving into the complex and often chaotic world of women's relationships at work. Whether you're office allies or office foes, these dynamics can make or break your workday. Let's get real about the ups and downs of working with female colleagues. The power of office allies. First off, having a solid office ally can be a game changer. Imagine this. You're swamped with a deadline, and your coworker swoops in to help you out. You've got each other's backs, sharing tips, covering for each other, and celebrating wins together. "Hey, do you have a minute to look over this report?" you ask. "Of course, let's nail this together," she replies. These alliances can boost your morale and productivity. You feel understood and supported, making those long workdays more bearable. It's like having a cheerleader right there in the cubicle next to you. When competition creeps in, but let's be honest, things can get competitive. Maybe there's a promotion on the line, and suddenly, the friendly vibe shifts. You notice subtle digs or passive-aggressive comments that weren't there before. "Nice presentation," she says with a tight smile. "Too bad about that one slide, though." Ouch! The competition can turn what used to be a supportive relationship into a battleground. You find yourself second-guessing her motives and wondering if she's trying to undermine you. The office gossip mill, and then there's the gossip mill. Office gossip can be like wildfire, fast, damaging, and hard to control. You hear whispers about who's dating who's in trouble with the boss, and everything in between. It's easy to get sucked into the drama, but it can also create tension and mistrust. "Did you hear what she said about you in the meeting?" "No way. Why would she say that?" Rumors and gossip can erode trust and create a toxic environment. It's crucial to rise above the drama and focus on maintaining professional relationships. The struggle for balance. Balancing camaraderie with professionalism is tricky. You want to be friendly and supportive but also maintain boundaries. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can be allies without crossing into uncomfortable territory. "Let's grab lunch and talk about our project ideas," you suggest. "Sounds great, but maybe let's keep it professional," she replies with a wink. Keeping things professional yet friendly ensures you don't blur the lines too much. It's all about mutual respect and understanding. Resolving conflicts. When conflicts arise, and they inevitably will, addressing them head-on is key. Ignoring issues or letting them fester only makes things worse. Have those tough conversations and clear the air. "I feel like there's some tension between us lately. Can we talk about it?" you say. "Yes, let's figure this out. I don't want this affecting our work," she responds. Being open and honest helps resolve misunderstandings and strengthens your professional bond. Moving forward, at the end of the day, your workplace relationships play a huge role in your job satisfaction. Whether you're office allies or navigating a more competitive environment, focusing on communication, support, and professionalism can make all the difference. So, here's the takeaway. Appreciate your office allies, address conflicts directly, and try not to let competition or gossip get in the way of your professional relationships. Remember, a supportive work environment benefits everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around for more insights in the next parts as we continue exploring the intricate dynamics of women's relationships. If this resonated with you, share it with your coworkers. Let's foster better relationships at work, one conversation at a time. Part 3. Sisterhood. Bonded by blood and drama. We're now diving into the world of sisterhood. Whether you're super close or constantly bickering, the bond between sisters is unique, intense, and full of drama. Let's unpack the highs and lows of these relationships that are bonded by blood and, sometimes, by a lot of drama. The unbreakable bond. First things first, having a sister can be like having a built-in best friend for life. You share childhood memories, family traditions, and a bond that feels unbreakable. Remember when we used to play dress up and pretend we were movie stars, you might say? Yeah, and we'd put on those ridiculous shows for mom and dad, she'd laugh. These shared experiences create a connection that's hard to rival. You know each other's secrets, fears, and dreams. When the world feels against you, your sister is often the one person you can count on. The competitive edge, but let's be real, sibling rivalry is a thing. Maybe it's about who gets the bigger slice of cake, who did better in school, or who gets more attention from the parents. This competitive edge can sometimes turn into full-blown battles. Why do you always get to use the car? You might argue. Because I'm older and more responsible, she snaps back. These rivalries can create tension and resentment. Yet, underneath the competition, there's often a deep-seated love and respect that keeps pulling you back together. The support system. Despite the fights, sisters are often each other's biggest supporters. Need advice on a tricky situation? Your sister is probably the first person you call. I don't know what to do about this job offer, you confess. Take it, you've worked so hard for this opportunity, she encourages. This support can be a lifeline. Whether you're celebrating successes or navigating challenges, your sister's backing is invaluable. The drama and the closeness. Sisters also bring a fair share of drama. From borrowing clothes without asking to disagreements over holiday plans, the potential for conflict is always there. Did you take my favorite sweater without asking again? You accuse? I thought you wouldn't mind, you always borrow my stuff, she retorts. These squabbles can feel like the end of the world in the moment, but they often blow over quickly. The closeness and shared history usually help to mend fences faster than with anyone else. The lifelong bond. The beauty of sisterhood is that it evolves. As you both grow older, the dynamics change, often for the better. You move from childhood rivalry to adult camaraderie, supporting each other through life's ups and downs. Can you believe we used to fight over the TV remote? You muse. I know, right? Now we can't wait to binge watch our favorite shows together, she replies. This lifelong bond is something special. Even if there are bumps along the way, the connection between sisters is a powerful force that endures. Moving forward, so, what's the takeaway? Embrace the complexity of your relationship with your sister. Celebrate the good times, navigate the conflicts with grace, and always appreciate the unbreakable bond you share. Thanks for sticking around as we explore the dynamics of sisterhood. Stay tuned for the next part where we dive into the unique and intense relationship between mothers and daughters. If you have a sister, share this video with her and let's keep the conversation going about the beautiful chaos of sisterhood. Part 4. The mother-daughter dynamic. Now we're diving into the deeply unique and sometimes turbulent world of the mother-daughter relationship. This bond is full of love, misunderstandings, and life lessons. Let's explore the ups and downs, the heartwarming moments, and the inevitable clashes that make this relationship so special. The foundation of love, at its core, the mother-daughter relationship is built on a foundation of unconditional love. From the moment you're born, your mother is there to care for you, guide you, and protect you. Remember when you used to sing me to sleep every night, you might ask. Of course, I do. You had your favorite lullaby that I could never forget, she'd smile. These early memories create a strong bond. Your mother is your first teacher, your first friend, and your first source of comfort. This deep-rooted love is the bedrock that sustains your relationship through all the highs and lows. The teenage rebellion, the teenage years. This is when the clashes often start. You're growing up, seeking independence, and figuring out who you are, while your mother is trying to protect you and guide you. Why can't I go to the party? Everyone else is going, you argue. Because I said so, I know what's best for you, she insists. These power struggles can lead to intense emotions on both sides. You feel misunderstood, and she feels like she's losing control. It's a challenging phase, but it's also a critical part of your growth and the evolution of your relationship. The role reversal, as you grow older, something interesting happens. The roles start to reverse. You begin to understand your mother's perspective more, and sometimes, you even start taking care of her. Mom, you need to take your medicine on time, you remind her. I know, you sound just like me when you were little, she chuckles. This role reversal can bring you closer. You start to appreciate all the things she did for you and realize that she's human too, with her own set of vulnerabilities and needs. The unspoken connection. There's an unspoken connection between mothers and daughters that's hard to explain. It's as if you can sense each other's emotions without saying a word. This deep empathy often leads to a stronger bond as you both navigate life's challenges. You seemed upset earlier. Is everything okay? You ask. Just a rough day, but I didn't want to worry you, she replies. I'm always here if you need to talk, you reassure her. This mutual understanding and support can be incredibly comforting. Knowing that someone always has your back, no matter what, is a priceless feeling. Moving forward together, as you continue to grow and your life changes, so does your relationship with your mother. It's a continuous journey of learning, forgiving, and loving each other through it all. I'm so proud of the woman you've become, she might say. And I couldn't have done it without you, you respond, feeling the warmth of her words. The takeaway. So, what's the takeaway from exploring the mother-daughter dynamic? It's about recognizing the strength of this bond, embracing the inevitable conflicts, and always coming back to love and understanding. Your mother is your first role model, and the lessons you learn from her stay with you for life. Thank you for joining me in this deep dive into the mother-daughter relationship. It's been a journey through love, conflict, and everything in between. If this resonates with you, share it with your mom or someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep the conversation going about the beautiful complexity of mother-daughter bonds. Stay tuned for more insights and stories. Conclusion. The beautiful mess of women's relationships. Hey folks, Saeed Rasalat here, wrapping up our dive into the intricate, sometimes messy, but always fascinating world of women's relationships. From BFFs and office allies to sisters and the mother-daughter bond, these connections shape our lives in powerful ways. Embrace the love, navigate the drama, and cherish the support. These relationships, with all their highs and lows, make life richer and more meaningful. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this, share it with someone who can relate. Stay tuned for more real talk and insights. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the intricate world of women's relationships. Whether it's the love and support or the drama and tension, these bonds make life richer and more meaningful. Stay tuned for more real talk and insights as we continue exploring these fascinating dynamics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. See you next time.